what I let that anxiety do now is lead me to a solution. It doesn't scare me and make me run away. And when I'm faced with an anxiety that I don't understand, dude, I just call my counselor. I call a group of men that I've invited into my life, and who has invited me into their life, and I deal with it that way. And so it's a
Mhm.
very open-handed. Dude, writing this book, it about did me in, because about halfway through, I realized, well, I'm living a very anxious life because of the choices I'm making, and here I am writing a book to everybody. And so about halfway through, that book went from me lecturing the world on how to live an unanxious life to me pulling up a bar stool and saying, you know, I'll take one, and looking down the bar and being like, "Hey guys, I thought I was the only one." And so it's definitely me walking with you, not at you, man.
Because that's a great chapter at the end where you kind of went, I realized I wasn't living the life that I was talking about, so I need to do it myself. And
Yeah.
I really related. I was like, I wasn't living the life that I was portraying on this podcast, and I've only started doing that recently. And I'm dealing with flaws and my own intrusive thoughts and stuff. And I think that's the thing is by putting it out there, it releases the power. But
Yeah.
that helps people who have never maybe had a masculine person or a father figure or whatever you want to call it in front of them. So you've given them a framework, you've given them a guide to say, this what didn't work for me. Try these things till you find your own way. Go and give back, go and find your tribe, go and help other people. And I think that'll make a much better world. You're shaping people and saying, go and find yourself. Try this, find this, try all that. It's a beautiful message you're giving, and I would have happily read that chapter because 2 chapters in, I'm buying your other book. That's how good you are. And I
Well,
know we've only,
now you know a guy, so I'll just ship him to you. So no worries.
well, I'm struggling not to go into my own personal stuff, and so we've got to do a round two. But what would you want people to take from this? What would you want them as a summary, a way to use your book? If they came to you in 6 weeks, if they phoned you up and said, I read your book, what would you want them to hear or to say? What do you want them to take from this episode?
Wow. That you're worth something different. That you're worth going to bed at night because you're tired
Mm.
without a bunch of meds. That you're worth getting up and having coffee in the morning because you like it, not because you have to. That you're worth a boss that doesn't abuse you, and you're worth you deciding what you do tomorrow, not your vehicle lending bank. You're worth a marriage and a relationship with your significant other, that brings you more laughter and warmth than it does stress. And you're worth a relationship with your kids where they don't just walk in the house and slam the door in the bedroom and bury their face in a screen. Um, and you're worth getting up and doing really hard stuff.
Yeah.
You're worth you're worth being the man that we all need in this culture, both now and in the future. And that means getting up and doing hard things, real hard things, putting yourself in really challenging situations so you can grow.